Hello, this is John Arias and the Search NAP and Support Group. This is the first iteration of the second quarter of the year from May 8th to May 21, and I'm sharing our cute mascots. A cute golden retriever. It's awesome.
He's so cute with the flowers.
Yeah, and I will start first. For this iteration, I did some updates on the localized free trial and sales pages. They were updated in English, but not in the localized version, so I did that. Also, I did the navigation release 3.3.4. I will share it right now. They were small changes, as adding the AI-powered DevSecOps platform page to our NAP, and also changing a label from docs to product documentation also in the NAP. Also, I did the localization of the startup page, that is this one, French, German, and Japanese. You can see the page is already in production. And last but not least, I did the language selector in the footer. So you can see right here, right now, working. We can change our language in the footer right now. And it works also for mobile. And that's it for me. I'll pass it over to Megan.
Yeah, this is my first iteration as an SNS member. Just first and foremost, thank you, Lauren and John, for your patience as I learned how some of the stuff worked. And thank you, John, for letting me shadow you with the navigation release. Before I demo some of my work, just some smaller things I worked on. I added AppDome to our technology partners page. I worked with Trevor and Allie to kind of refine some of our email template work that's going to start the development work that starts in our next iteration. And then I started on like a proof of concept in terms of like translating our features file. If you're not aware, we have like this huge features file that gets synced in from the dev project that has like all the information pertaining to our GitLab features. It's over like 11,000 lines of code and not so easy to translate. So it's kind of brainstorming ways we could possibly make that easier. So I put a POC together to make the file smaller. And even if we don't choose to go that route, maybe it's of some use when we implement a CMS. Not sure. And then I worked on localization of a few key pages. I will share that. One being the, what page is this? I can't read it. It's the Get Started Enterprise page. So that's localized. Another big one was the home page. Holy moly, that was a big one. So that's in our release branch. And one that is about to be merged today into a release branch was the pricing page. That was a big one too, but I can read this. This looks like the pricing page. Yeah. So those are the big projects I worked on in this iteration. I'll pass it off to Javi next.
Thank you, Megan. So funny that you said thank you for shadowing John, because I was about to say thank you for letting me shadow John, because like those MRs, that's pretty much what happened is that like I copy your MRs to figure out how to do some of the things that need to happen. But yeah, so this iteration, I worked with finishing up how to track YouTube video in the modal, and then also documented that a little better so that it's a little more clear why that sometimes doesn't work for dentists. I helped trying to figure out how to get the preference center to not work when you're clicking on that Marketo email, and it has to do with that weird like slash trailing slash. I went on a rabbit hole with Justin to figure that one out with him, and he was a big help. So props to him, even though he's not an engineer anymore, he still has that going for him. Updates to add a source graph logo to the GitLab partner page, and then I don't know if it'll work exactly right now, but I'll share my screen. I just saw that the localized pages got approved. And so I think it'll take a second because of the MR, but I'll show what I have over here. Of course, when you try to do this, everything is not where it's supposed to be, but 1 second. If this takes longer than it needs to. Zoom. Okay, yeah, I know. Okay. Here. All right. If I'm here, and if I go here, boom. I don't know if these review apps will still be up because I just merged it a second ago. But yeah, new stuff, which is exciting. More stuff that's localized. Top of all of that, 2 customer case studies migrated. They're ready to go. Just need reviews on that. And this one. And that's it for me. Up next is as soon as I find my tab again. I believe it's Trevor, but he was back for me. But yeah, why don't Trevor, why don't you go next?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, my tab order is all out of whack as well. Yeah, so this iteration's primarily just been in emails. So email marketing templates. So making really good progress there and really liking how it's turning out. Outside of that, some design QA support for the AI solutions page. Made some headway on the DevSecOps assessment experience. And yeah, that's pretty much been my last 2 weeks. And then I will pass it over to, let's see, who hasn't gone? Tim?
Yeah. So I still have some customer pages waiting for review. And I did the localized page for the small business page, but I found, let me share my screen first. It's easier to understand what I'm saying. This is the first time I'm going to share my screen on Zoom. I hope that I do it correctly. Can you see my screen? Yeah? Oh, awesome. So this is the live version for the page, small business. I noticed that we had a small bug on it, so I had to first fix that in order to publish the new versions, the localized versions. So it's okay now. Mega just reviewed. I think it was yesterday. And now I finished the 3 versions. It's a really long page. It may not look like, but each one of these little items on the list are really big. They have a lot of topics. So yeah. John did the review for me. I forgot some just little details. I'm going to fix them really quickly. So like going to fix in 1 hour or something like that. And then we can make it live. And yeah, that's it for me. How do I stop? Oh, okay, I found it. Sorry, I need to watch a tutorial for how to use Zoom. And I will pass back to Lauren.
The Zoom controls are tricky. They get me. I love the one where you accidentally end the meeting instead of share. That one's always a winner. So lots of stuff. This iteration kicking off Q2. We are going to try again tomorrow to deconfigure Fastly and Smartly. So last time that happened, brought down all the review apps. So that's not going to happen again, but that's why we're doing it on a Friday tomorrow morning. So that's happening. Also, kind of getting documenting the contribution process for our translator team that Danielle has in place. So they're going to be going through and doing a fresh pull of all of our English content and passing back new human translated translations that then we're going to pump into all of our localized pages, which is great because that means we're going to get like a fresh, new, like recent content. And then starting the plan for the localized marketing site release and getting everyone to collaborate on that and kind of get a space that we can all get that started. So great iteration and such a good way to kick off Q2. So here goes our ending. Everyone say bye.